This is going to be reflective of number 15 from your review. Again, if you're in class with me, we have changed the problem to reflect what you see in this video. Our goal is to solve this, and we do not have access to a calculator. I'm going to use a whiteboard here, a small erase board, I should say. And so with me on your erase board or on your paper, it is up to you right now. We're going to make this. We have 2x to the 5th, 1x to the 4th, negative 18x to the 3rd, negative 17x squared, 20x to the 1st, and 12x to the 0. When I solve, I will have 5 answers. There could be duplicates. That means I could have some answers that occur more than once. That is a possibility. So when I think about what numbers it could be, I need to think about what are the factors of 12. So 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. And then what are the factors of 2? 1 and 2. It is not necessary, unless you're asked to write out all the possibilities. Here's what I know. I'm going to test 1 and negative 1, 2 and negative 2. Does that make sense? 3 and negative 2. Because I don't want to test fractions. So let's start with 1. With me, let's test positive 1. 1 times 2 is 2. Add down. 1 times 3 is 3. Add down. 1 times negative 15 is negative 15. Add down. 1 times negative 32 is negative 32. Add down. 1 times negative 12 is negative 12, and this is what I have. Now, not everybody in here understands how to use synthetic division. I use in this class the word MAMA method as just an acronym to remind us after we drop down the first number, we're multiplying and then adding down, multiplying and adding down consistently. I'm going to press. Those that are with me in class, I'm going to write x equals 1. That is one of the 5 solutions. Now, this remaining piece, I'm not including 0. This remaining piece, I'm going to make up another one, and I have 2, 3, negative 15, negative 32, and negative 12. I am not including the 0. Now, when I go back and I do this, I know 1 works, and it could work again. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to work it down until I only have 3 remaining. So I'm going to test 1 again. You're going to do it with me. Then I'm going to test negative 1. I'm going to test 2 and negative 2 and 3 and negative 2 until I'm able to come up with another 2 solutions. Let's test 1. If it worked, it may work again. If 1 would have not worked when I tested it and I did not get a remainder of 0, I would never test 1 again. Here we go. I'm testing 1 again, so I drop down the 2. I'm multiplying to get 2, adding down to end up with 5. Multiplying to get 5, adding down to negative 10. Multiplying to negative 10, adding down to negative 42. This is not looking good. I know that does not equal 0, and so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to erase 1. 1 only worked 1 time. I'm never going to test 1 again. Okay, so on my board, I'm now going to test negative 1. And the reason I like using these whiteboards is it's literally just out of laziness. I'm able to do this, and now I'm going to go back and test negative 1. Dropping down, and now MAMA method. Multiply, add down. Multiply, add down. Multiply, add down. Multiply, it is not equaling 0. That means negative 1 does not work either. Okay, are you ready? We're going to do a race with this. If you're in my classroom and you're a female, please test 2. If you're a male, please test negative 2. I'm going to see, can you have that done in 30 seconds? Begin. You are with me. I've been told that 2 does not work, so I'm going to test negative 2. I've been told that negative 2 does work. Here we go. Dropping down. I'm multiplying, and I'm adding down. I'm multiplying, and I'm adding down. I'm multiplying, and I'm adding down. I'm multiplying, and it works. It works because the remainder is 0. So I'm going to put x equals negative 2 up here. It works because the remainder is 0. So I've tested 1, negative 1, 2, negative 2, right? I still have 4 things remaining, and I want to go until I only have 3 left. So I'm taking this portion, so 2, negative 1, negative 13, and negative 6. I would like you right now to test negative 2 again. We don't need to test positive 2 because we know it didn't work. We don't need to test 1 or negative 1. Test negative 2. Does negative 2 work? I'm going to press pause while I get. All right, I'm hearing it work, so I'm going to go through and do the work. Okay, multiply and add, multiply and add, multiply and add. It works. So I need to come up here and I need to write it twice. I need to write it twice. Remember, when you give me the solutions, there's going to be 5 of them, but there could be duplicates or triples, so I do have a duplicate here. Now, once I get down to this part, I need you to really pay attention. Students in my previous hour, they did a great job with this. They got down to this part. I'm going to write this out. We have no x's, we have 1x, and we have 2x's. When you get down to this part, what are your options? Turn to your partner. You have two options. One always works, one sometimes works. What are they? Sometimes factoring works. Always quadratic formula works. So I'm going to try factoring first just because it's my preferred method. It may not work. Okay, what two multiplied to give us negative 6 and combined to give us negative 5? That would be negative 6 and positive 1. Why did students in previous hours then get it wrong when they told me 6 and negative 1? Turn to your partner. Like, they did all this work correct. They already mentioned that they had solutions of 1, negative 2, and then they told me 6 and negative 1, and I had to say no. Why? Turn to your partner. It's a common mistake. They forgot to divide by the leading coefficient. So this reduces down to negative 3. 1/2 cannot reduce down. So positive 3 and negative 1/2 are my other two. Positive 3 and negative 1/2 are my other two. Those are my 5 roots. All work must be shown.